Hey, this is George Dionne with Metal Express Radio, and I'm here with Magnus Karlsson of Magnus Karlsson's Freefall. How you doing, Magnus?
Hey, I'm doing fine. How are you?
Excellent. Let's get started.
Yeah,
If I knew absolutely nothing about Magnus Karlsson's Freefall, how would you describe the music to me?
I would say melodic metal with great singers.
That's simple to the point. I like that.
Yeah.
You have to settle a bit of an argument we have going on here at Metal Express Radio. Is Freefall one word or two words?
2 words, I think. It should be 2 words. Yeah.
You look at the album artwork, and it's very close together.
Yeah, but it should be 2 words.
Excellent. I win the pool.
Yeah. I mean, that's the correct English, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of incorrect English out there today. I mean, with text messaging and stuff like that. So
I know, and it's art, so you can do whatever you want.
Exactly. So you recently released your third album, We Are the Night, on May 8th. Like your previous albums under the Freefall name, you have a number of guest vocalists.
Mm-hmm.
Did you write the album after the vocalists were committed, or do you write the song first and say, this would be good for Tony Martin, or this would be good for so-and-so?
I ask them first, and then I write the song. So, and for Tony Martin, for example, he was co-writing with me, so he wrote the lyrics and melody too. And yeah, I usually work like that. That I have the singer, and then I can hear the singer's voice in my head when I write the song, and that helps. It's a good inspiration too.
Excellent. Was Tony Martin the only one that helped you write on this particular project, or did any of the other vocalists kind of give you their ideas and thoughts?
No, he was the only one. He said, if you hire me, you are not only hire a singer, you want to have the whole thing with my melodies and lyrics, and I agreed. I'm a big fan, so that's okay when it's Tony Martin.
I think everybody's a Tony Martin fan.
Yeah, it seems so. I posted about it, I think yesterday, because it was 25 years ago I saw him with Black Sabbath here in Sweden, and he seems to have a lot of fans, and a lot of people loves his voice.
Yeah, he needs to put out a little more music, I think. I think that people would kind of appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. It should.
Were there any vocalists that you wanted to get on this album, but it wasn't possible for them to commit?
Yeah, there is one I asked on all 3 Freefall albums, and that's Bob Catley, that I did his solo album a couple of years ago. But yeah, he's busy with Magnum and Avantasia, so it didn't work out.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe.
What songs are you most proud of on We Are the Night? And you can't say all of them.
Yeah, I know, that's hard. Very, very hard. I'm proud of the instrumental, because that wasn't supposed to be on the album. It was just a thing I did, and then I thought maybe we can have it as a bonus track or something. And then the drummer Anders Jolofors told me, "Oh, it's great. You have to have it on the album." And now I'm very proud. But even if I can't say it, I'm proud over all the songs, and especially all the singers. They are really fantastic.
It's an excellent album. I listened to it the other day. I'm ashamed to say I didn't listen to anything by Freefall prior to this week, but I listened to all 3 albums. All are great. They all sort of have their own sound and dynamic. I'd say that, like the earlier stuff, straight rock. This last one that you have is more epic, more like you're sitting through a movie, and this is the songs playing in the background. It's something like that. Is that something that you consciously did on this one to make it different from the past 2 albums?
Yeah, I think the first one was maybe more metal, power metal, and the second one, the Kingdom of Rock, was more hard rock, a bit AOR in it, and Jolene Turner was singing on a song. But this new one is more metal again and more progressive, and it's great to hear you say it's like a soundtrack because I am really into that, and you can hear it on the intro on Hold You Fire that I use a lot of orchestration, and I work a lot on that stuff and really like it.
Excellent. Is there anything that inspires you to, specifically with this album, I guess, was there anything that inspired you as far as your songwriting is concerned? Maybe like a big epic movie or some type of fantasy book or something like that?
Yeah, I'm listen a lot to soundtracks and. But I don't know if there's something special. But if it's epic, I listen a lot to it, and I try to analyze what they did with for example, Hans Zimmer or those guys. It's really cool to listen to, not only movies but game music for games too. But I'm mostly inspired by the singers. If I have a great singer, for example, like Nora, I've listened a lot to her music in Battle Beast, and then I asked her, do you want to sing a song? And she said, yeah, I want to listen to it first. And then I wrote a song. I really tried to do a perfect song for her, and I think she sounds like a young, angry Ann Wilson. And
Yeah,
I wanted to do something in that would suit her, and that is great inspiration.
Yeah, she seems to be really taking off with Battle Beast, and she guested on your album. I heard her guest on another album. She's working on a solo album. Got a very, very powerful voice.
Yeah, very. She's one of the best.
Have you always looked at the Free Fall as a project where you're going to bring in outside contributors, or have you considered, doing a full album of you on vocals, or even making it like a band and everybody has their set role?
That was the first plan. That it's my solo album, and I would sing everything, but maybe have a couple of guests. But my list got longer and longer, and now it's a thing to have all these guest singers. And I have to admit, it wasn't easy this time to sing after guys like Dino and Renan. Even if I can sing, I can't sing like them. So it was. I don't know. Someone asked me if it's better to sing everything myself. Maybe it is, because then no one can compare me with those great singers.
Exactly. You seem to be the go-to guy for collaboration projects at Frontiers Records. How did that come about?
Yeah, I think it started with Alan Lande, with Russell Allen from Symphony X and John Lande. And I think that it was one of the first albums like that with two singers. And it was right after I had my own band, Last Tribe, that released 3 albums on Frontiers. And then they asked me, can you write something for a project? And they asked me to write something, AOR. And I wasn't sure what it is. So I thought, is it like Total Journey or those bands? And that's not really my thing. I want to write something more metal, and I wrote something, and then they said, yes, this is perfect. So I guess it's a kind of AOR.
So it kind of all started with the Alan Jordan thing, and then they're like, hey, that was good. Actually, it was great. I remember listening to it back in the day. Frontiers was probably still like a young label back then. And I just remember being blown away by it. It was the first time I ever heard of Jordan. I had heard of Russell Allen before. But that was a great project. And, in researching you this week, I'm like, that's the same guy. I was like, I can't believe that's the same guy. It's the same guy. And I'm looking at all your projects, and I'm like, I love all this guy's stuff. Why haven't I checked out Freefall?
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Now, you mentioned that you don't like doing the Toto stuff, but didn't you work on an album with Jimmy Jameson and Bobby Kimball?
Yeah, worked. I think I did a couple of guest solos or played guitar or something. I don't think it's bad, but
it's good.
I think it can be great, but it's not my thing. What I do best. Right. I'm more of a metal guy or hard rock.
Absolutely. Back in March of this year, Russell Allen and Annette Olzon. I think I'm pronouncing the name.
Yeah, correct.
That was released on Frontiers, and you had a big hand in that. Was this a collaborative effort between the three of you, or was this something sort of like the Alan Jorn project where you wrote something and they sang it?
Yeah, I wrote it and played it and everything except the vocals and drums. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to do something new. And I said if we were going to have a new singer with Russell, it has to be something special. So why not have a female singer? And Annette from Nightwish would be perfect. And it worked out great.
Excellent. Was there an attempt prior to this to do maybe a fifth Alan Landy album?
Yeah, we talked about it. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's Dionne don't want to do it anymore. I think that's the reason.
Oh.
But I'm not sure. He didn't tell me, but I heard rumors about it. And I know that Frontiers want to do it, and I think Russell want to do it too. So I think it's Dionne that want to focus on his own solo things and also Avantasia.
Mm-hmm. Is there any musicians that you'd love to work with that you haven't had a chance yet?
Yeah, I'm quite spoiled. I work with a lot of musicians and singers that I really wanted to work with, and but I wouldn't say no if Rob Halford called, or that would be great.
That would be pretty awesome. I think that'd be a great album. You know, you could always call him first.
Yeah, I could.
I might have a Skype ID. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So you're a busy guy this year. Not only did you have the Alan Olson album, you have Free Fall. You got another one coming out in July with Primal Fear.
Yeah, that's correct.
Metal Commando. What can fans expect with this one?
Yeah, I think it's no big surprises. We had our last couple of albums. We were really happy with the style and the production and the songwriting team. We have a really good way when we work. So it's in the same, we continue the same path. And we also work with Jacob Hansen again as a mixer guy. And then we have Ralph, you know, he's getting younger every year.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, screaming higher and higher. I don't know if you heard the first single, but if you try to sing along, there is like a vein that will burst in the head. You know, it's so incredibly high.
Yeah, so I mean, I think people like that style, but so few can achieve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
trying to get up in those vocals.
Yeah, it's very special, and he can sing a lot of different styles, but he doesn't sing that high all the time.
Right.
But it's very special, and I like it. It's aggressive and powerful, but I'm glad that he sings in other styles too. So it's not only that thing all the time.
Exactly. Are there any tracks on the Primal Fear album that you're particularly proud of? Besides all of them.
Yeah, I know. There's many. Oh, now I have to remember all the names. There is a special song that are a bit more with a lot of acoustic elements in, but I don't have the name right now. I really
that's
suck
understandable. With all the projects you work on, it's completely understandable.
Yeah, but it's that song. It's not typical for Primal Fear, and sometimes that could be really good for a band to do something that's not typical, and I really like it. I'm sorry I don't remember the name right now, but
I will figure it out. Trust me.
Yeah.
Everybody will. Speaking of working with all these different projects and trying to remember names of songs and stuff like that, I mean, you must have. I mean, do you write for the project, or are you just constantly writing? I mean, do you have like a book full of songs right now ready to go that you're just waiting for the project to bring the songs out?
No, I'm writing new stuff for every project, and I don't have any leftovers that I can use. And that helps me, because if I know that I'm writing with Tony Harnell or Russell Allen or Primal Fear, I'm in a different mode. I know, okay, now it's Primal Fear. We want to have this style and attitude and vibe. And now it's my solo album. I can do something different with more orchestra. And so that helped me a lot. And then also, as I said, with the singer, if I know who the singer is, it helps me a lot. Sometimes I try to just write for fun, and I don't know what I will use it for, but then it takes forever. So I work much faster when I know what it is for, and I have a deadline.
You got to hear that voice, like you said before. You got to hear the voice, and then you can hear the song.
Yeah, because then I already know when I'm riffing on my guitar, oh, this will be great. This will be perfect with the voice and everything. So.
Right. Is there a project or an album that you worked on that you weren't happy with the end result? Like you thought if you had another chance at it, you could do better?
Maybe not a full project, but some songs here and there, maybe that I could do different. Always when I'm done with a album, when I send away the master and it's too late, I can't do anything, then I listen to it a lot and just analyze it and things about every song, and maybe small details. Maybe it would be better with less guitar or more guitar, or I'm playing too much fast on some solos. It's too much information maybe for a song. And so I always try to get better.
Do you think in the digital age, like I know some artists have done it, they don't really speak a lot about it, but in the digital age of music, you could go back and fix a song if you wanted to, right? Like with the digital playing of the song? Like you could change the file at iTunes if you had the ability to, right?
Yeah, but I never heard about it. It would be quite strange if people already bought the album and downloaded, and then it's a new version. I know that bands do it sometimes with the old hit records. They record them again, but I never understood why, really. Even if they can play better now or a better mix, I want to hear the original,
right,
old version.
Yeah, I agree with some remasters. You know, they change little parts here and there, and it kind of loses that memory you had of the song.
Yeah, it's the same when you go see a band that you know all the songs, and then they change the song live. You don't want to have that. You want to have the original that you know the solo and you know everything.
Exactly. I think rock fans understand that most.
Yeah.
Do you have any projects coming up that you can talk about?
Yeah. Right now I'm working on a metal opera with only female singers, and as I said, I really like to work on orchestra stuff, and I would like to write for a movie, but I don't have a deal with a movie. So I said I can write a metal opera and make long parts with orchestra, and it doesn't matter if the songs are 10 minutes. And so that's what I'm doing now.
Which have you got female singers committed to the project?
Yeah, I have 7 different, with very different styles. Some are classical and some are more rock, but I can't tell who it is quite yet.
Well, I think that the suspense will be great, actually. Do you expect to get that out this year, or is it something you're just working on piece by piece?
I have a deadline in September, so I guess it will be early next year.
Right.
They usually want to have a 6-month for promotion and everything.
Right. It was nice talking to you, Magnus.
The same. Great talking to you.